Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make guns spawn in with magazines all the time, how you can make magazines always spawn in full of bullets, and we might as well cover how to make guns spawn in with no damage at all. Now in this video we're going to be using the excellent Notepad++ to edit our XML files from our Nitrado private server for Xbox or PlayStation. Notepad++ is a free, cool text editor that makes editing your XML files that little bit easier than if you're just using WordPad or Notepad. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. So, without further ado, here I am. I'm in my where am I? Nope. Here I am. I'm in the dashboard for one of my PlayStation 4 test server. So what we're going to do, we're going to go over to the file browser just down here, and there's two files we're looking for: spawnable types and types. I think they're the two. I think so. So DAYZ PS missions, and then it'll be Chernarus for a Chernarus map or Enoch for a Livonia map. So we just click into here. And then, where are we? Here we are, CFGS spawnable types. That's the first file we want. So we're going to hit this little green button here that says download. It's going to download. And then we're going to go into the DB folder, which is just here. And we're going to download the types file here. So we hit the little green button again. We're going to download that. And then we're going to go into my download folder. And all I'm going to do is, I'm just going to make a quick backup for this. I'm just going to say copy and paste. So we're going to have a backup for that one. And we're going to say copy and paste it into the same place. So there we go. So we've got a couple of backups there just in case. Always good, always have a backup so you can revert. So now we're going to go into Notepad, and we're just going to go Notepad++, file open. And we're going to open up types and CFG spawnable types. These two files are the cornerstone of lots of server-side mods on Xbox and PlayStation. And generally, if something doesn't work, you've probably made a mistake with one of these files, especially the CFG spawnable types. For example, if you find that, say, cars are spawning in with no attachments at all, not even a wheel, not even a spark plug on any of them, you've probably made a mistake. If weapons spawn in with no attachments at all, that's probably something you've done to this file here. But first, let's have a look at damage. Now, I've already modded these files. So if you want all your guns in fact, if you want everything in your DAYZ private server to spawn in with little to no damage, this is the value change. So here at the top it says damage min equals 0.1, max equals 0.2. I've already changed this. Yours probably says something 0.2 to 0.9. 0.9 basically is badly damaged. It might even be ruined. I think 1 might be ruined, and then 0.1 is pristine. So if you put min at 0.1, max at 0.2, everything spawns in pristine. Clothes last longer under zombie attack. Boots last longer as you're running around. Weapons spawn in undamaged, and it's a nice little quality of life change that I would recommend. So next up, let's flick over to the types, and what we're going to do now is we're going to make magazines spawn in full of bullets. And all you need to do is, if you just do a Control F to find, and I've already typed it, but if you type mag, press enter, you're going to find most of the mags in the game. So here we say, so it says mag 1911 7 round. This is the magic bit here: quant min, quant max, quant max. Now this is a percentage value, and any item that carries something else, generally in DAYZ, you'll have a quant min and quant max, and it refers to how full it is of whatever goes in it. So in this case, this is a magazine, so it takes bullets. So when this mag spawns into the world, it will have between 90% and 100% filling of whatever it's meant to have, in this case, bullets. Now this is a 7-round mag, but what that means is if it was a 10-round mag, to make things easier, it would have 9 or 10 bullets in. If it was a 100-round box magazine for like an LMG, although we don't really have them yet, but if we did, it would have between 90 to 100 bullets in. So it's a really powerful tool, and then you just use find next to go to all the mags, and as you can see, I've changed them all to min 90, max 100. There's the AK-74, min 90, max 100. Min 90, max 100. And I just think it's really cool, the fact that, you know, we all know DayZ's a survival game, but these are just little quality of life, little improvements that will make you enjoy the game. Now, probably the best quality of life improvement is having guns spawn in with magazines already on them, and because we've using this mod as well, making magazines be full, it means they'll spawn in with a full mag. Now all you need to do, if you scroll down, you go past a load of presets, you go past all the zombies, and then eventually you'll get to the weapons, and luckily all the weapons are together. Police zombies, solitude zombies. We're almost there, don't worry, we're almost there. Here we go, weapons. Here we go, weapons. So, and again, I've modded all these already, but here we have the Makarov IJ70 pistol. And see what it says, attachment chance 1. An item name is the Mag IJ70 8 round chance is 1. So you change both of those to 1, and that pistol will always spawn in with a mag in it, and obviously the mag will have bullets in. So if we go down to, let's go to something we know, MP5K, or it's not called the MP5K in the game, is it? Is it the SG5K it's called? So it can have all these other attachments, and it's worth having a quick look at this actually. So if we take the first one, so attachments chance of 0.05, so you've got a 5% chance of getting the MP5 railguard on. You've got a 1% chance of having the plastic guard on. So an MP5K or the SG5K will always have a plastic guard on. It will also always have the MP5K buttstock on. The game is set up like that, so it will have them on. But the one we're interested in is here. You see how I've changed it so that attachment chance 1, mag MP5 30 round, chance is 1. So it'll always spawn in with a magazine. And then you've got optics and stuff like that. Let's go down to another one. There's the 45, there's the VSS. Let's go down to something we know. Here we go, this is a good one. So the Mosans, the sniper rifles. Well, they're not really sniper rifles, are they? But it's a bolt action rifle. So the Mosan 9130. It should always spawn in with a compensator. The game sets it up like that. But the one I've changed is attachment chance 1, item name PU scope optic chance 1. So all my Mosans will spawn in with a scope on, that's an interesting one. Now here we go, AKM. So as you can see, the AKM can have lots of different things on it, but the one we're interested in is, if you go down all the way down to the bottom, AKM mag 30 round, chance 1, chance 1. So they'll do that, and basically you go through that for all the weapons. Now you may well be tempted to change lots of these values to 1, so that guns will spawn in with everything on them. Just be careful, okay? Because what I tend to find in DayZ is that sometimes when you make big changes like that, say a classic one is, say you make a change so that all the cars spawn in complete with all of them, the chances are it won't work. And often this is because you'll make a syntax error, you know, you'll type something wrong, or the game just doesn't like it. So I would always say, make a small change, a change that really matters, that makes a big difference to your players on your server, and go with that, and then leave the rest as it was. And I think having guns that spawn in with magazines that are full of bullets is the most important change you can make to guns, because the guns spawn in randomly with other bits on them, don't they? Sometimes they might have a scope on, and all that sort of stuff. And I think it's best to leave that random bit, because any of the guns are usable if they've got a magazine with bullets in, because you can third person aim, you can iron sights aim, all that sort of stuff. You could argue actually the sniper rifles aren't that useful without a scope on. You could argue that, but for everything else, leave it random. Don't be tempted to go through and change everything to 1, because I can almost guarantee that it won't work afterwards. And the kind of way that I tend to do my mods is you change one thing. So for example, when I was working through these and testing them on my test server, first thing I'd do is I would just test that I would change the damage value. Then I would go in to do a fresh install, go in, check that, Right, okay, so everything's spawning in without damage. Then I would change the mags, so the mags are all full. So then I would do a fresh install, restart. Right, yeah, all the mags have got stuff in. Then I would go in and I would change all weapons spawn in with mags, and then test that. And then you're slowly building up. So if something doesn't work, you can just take one step backwards and think, right, what have I done wrong? And you can do a bit of research online. You can validate your files, all that sort of stuff. So there are those three things. So we've looked at how to spawn stuff in that isn't damaged, how to have magazines full of bullets, and how to have guns with magazines already on. So you save those files, and then you'll want to go back to your the particular folders they came from and upload them, and that will then go over the top. If you're running a live server where people are on it, all you're really going to be able to do is stop the server or restart the server, and those things will start to spawn in that sort of condition. If they've already spawned into the world, guns and ammo, damaged or without any bullets in, they're not going to be replaced automatically. It doesn't work like that. DAYZ slowly, over the course of, in some case, days, in some case weeks, replaces those items, and it will replace them with the ones that you've put in that should have no damage, full of bullets and magazines on them. The only way to make sure it happens from scratch is to do a reinstall. And just remember, if you do that in the settings, make sure that you untick the box that says restore XML to default, and keep that ticked as it goes through the process. But there we go. Hopefully that's useful. That shows you how to do those really good quality and life improvements. And if you find the video useful, hit the like button. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again soon.